this?
Say hi, Brains. You're on.
Wait, do I say it to the computer or to the camera? Hello, Brains. I forgot how to do this. That's me. I'm Jessica. I have a name tag. Hi. That's awesome and distracting. Let's turn it down. No, it's not the picture that's distracting. It's the Christmas music. It is lovely, though. So, hey, it's December. It's our December live stream. And I'm really excited this month because the brain board is full. I was updating the Patreon page to kind of reflect our new goals and where we're at now because I hadn't updated it, I don't think, since I started it. And I saw that the brain board is full. We have 100 out of 100 possible brain board members. So I intentionally wanted to keep it kind of small so that this brain board meeting, the live stream every month, can still feel intimate. So I know there's a lot of you guys, so say hi. Katrina made it. Awesome. Yep. All right. Who else is distracted by the Christmas music? Do you guys like it, or is it distracting?
You know, I can do classical Christmas music.
Maybe, yeah, I think it's the lyrics.
Yep, that's
so,
right.
Yeah, generally I do really well with music that does not have lyrics. Music that has lyrics, I have trouble composing my thoughts. So if I'm writing or apparently talking, I have a hard time. So this is what we learned. Distracting. Everybody's like distracting. I am distracted by the music. Okay, it's not just me. The lyrics are just making me want to harmonize. Okay, so music with no lyrics, yes or no? That's so loud. The music's gone. But hi, we now know that it's close to Christmas time. Yeah, everybody's like no music. Okay, cool. I'm same. Hey, this is why we try things. Rochelle Leducky is like, oh wow, it is almost like we are all in this together. Yeah, Flo says, music is no problem, but a bit loud. Yep. Brett's here. Brett, aren't you busy? Brett Thornhill, by the way, is an ADHD coach who has been on our show a couple of times and is a very busy man now. It has been a long time. Hey, Billy Bob. Billy Bob says, hey, everybody. And Eric is here. Eric is Infrared 73. So yeah, there's so many new people. I'm so excited. If this is your first time here, tell us, this sounds so cheesy. If this is your first time here, tell us how you found us and one thing about yourself. Yeah, Eric is not new. Infrared 73 is not new. But actually, you know what? A lot of people don't know each other. So yeah, if you guys who have been around a while want to say something about yourself as well, feel free, and I will read it. And then people watching later will know who you guys all are. Rochelle Leducky says, I found you by harassing you on Facebook way back. That's right. Richard Dietrich says, wifey is here. Okay, cool. Brett Thornhill says, is that Eric Tivers? Is Eric in the chat? Let's see. Angela Smith says, this is my first time to the brain board meeting, but I discovered Jessica a few months ago. Cool. Oh, cool. Edward just messaged me a whole list of people. Yay. So I can see who you are. All right. So just so you know, if you just don't feel like chatting and want to hang out in the background, you can, but we won't know that you're here because I only get a list of people that are engaging. So if I miss you, if I don't say hi to you, it's because I can't see you. Oh, Brett Thornhill says, I meant at Infrared. No, it's Eric with a K. So different Eric. Rochelle Leducky says, I'm the student nurse thing that helps out sometimes. Yes. Rochelle Leducky is training to be a student nurse. She's almost done with her training, actually. She's actually practicing, still as a student, but she's doing awesome things. I think healthcare is actually a really good career for people with ADHD. Like, we tend to be really empathic and caring and really good in an emergency. Superbrain says, hi, I'm Superbrain, aka Izza. I'm the community manager for How to ADHD. Yeah, Izza was one of our early super fans, and I found out later that she became a super fan after I called her a super fan, and maybe just didn't want to let me down, I guess. I was just excited that somebody was watching more than one video way back in the early days, and I was like, "You're my biggest fan," and she has been. Scott Melville, by the way, is the head of the team. Actually, he's the one who came to me about the idea of designing a website, and he's been leading a whole team to do so. He says he found the Matrix video back in July 2016 from Reddit, and he's been helping when he can. Brett Thornhill says, "It's been so long, I have lots to say. Tell us what you have to say." You probably already did. I'm behind. Maudo Gerber says, I found you over the YouTube recommendation, and I'm an engineer. I didn't know that. I know how to pronounce your name, Maudo, and I did not know you were an engineer. What do you engineer? Katrina Hauer says, I found this channel last summer while watching psych videos for a class I was taking and then getting distracted and going down a YouTube rabbit hole. I'm a high school senior and I have ADHD. Wow, high school senior. Are you nervous about college? We're actually working on some content about the transition from high school to college. Or real life, depending on your whatever interests you. Cody Dietrich says, I'm Cody, aka Cody. I've done some promotion on social media and other live streams. Yeah. He's been helping out on the Discord too. If you guys jump in the Discord, he's often in the main chat hanging out and making sure everybody feels welcome and comfortable. Flo Nilsson says, second time here on the live stream, but I've been stalking the videos since the beginning. Oh, that's awesome. It's nice to finally meet you. I mean, it's the second time you've been on a live stream before, but I didn't realize you were stalking me from the beginning. That's kind of cool that you came and hung out. Tim Thatcher says, I'm Tim. I do Tim things, including Tim puns, by the way. If anybody has missed the last live stream or if you're new, Tim is very funny and punny. Cody Dietrich says, found Jess while looking through ADHD resources and have never looked back. Apparently, I'm a lifestyle change. Hannah says, hi, I'm here on my own account now. So Hannah is Cody's wife. And fun fact, she actually made my veil for my wedding. Let's see. Oh, Scott says, my career is a back-end engineer for a student education company, and he's been dedicating his time with helping with the website. Yeah. He just bought a new laptop today. I'm so happy. Okay. Let's see. Infrared 73, aka Eric, says, Tim, do you listen to Hello Internet by chance? Oh, Flo says, stalking in a non-creepy way. No, I assumed. Yeah, it's actually really cool. Every once in a while I get a message or a video from somebody who has been watching the channel for a long time, but doesn't comment. And it's always really cool to me to hear from those people because, the people who are more vocal, like I know how they feel about it, but it's really cool to know that there are people who may be benefiting from the channel that I don't even hear from. That's really inspiring and makes me remember, like, okay, I need to be looking out for people who might not be vocal too, but are also watching. Although it's hard to do that when you don't know what they're saying. Oh,
this is the sign for bird, by the way. I'm gonna do that now. Oh,
that's so cute. So Edward and I are talking on Twitter because it's the one place where I don't yet get super inundated with messages. So it shouldn't be too distracting. Next topic. Yes, okay. Let's see. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. And Angela Smith. Oh, Aaron's here now. Aaron Lazarus. Hey, all. Aaron here from Israel, brain and ADHD coach. Happy Hanukkah. Is that today? No.
I think today
is one of the...
I think the other day was the last day.
Oh, okay.
I don't know for sure, though. And who's Katrina Hauer?
Katrina Hauer, this is the first live stream that she's made. She's a senior in high school.
Oh, that's right.
In classes, self-discipline can be difficult. I've been spending my senior year trying to learn different note-taking and study skills that work for me. This channel has been a lifesaver. Oh, that's awesome. I also, if you haven't seen it yet, I actually need to post the next one, but I've been doing a podcast with Dr. Hallowell, specifically for college students, and that is sponsored by a college that is specifically for people who learn differently, have different learning styles or disabilities or whatever, including ADHD. And they gave me a bunch of notes, or a bunch of, tips, I guess, to share. And then I expanded on those tips. And so we've been doing like a whole 6 six session series, I guess. 6 podcasts.
We just did number
What's
4.
a podcast called? Like episode?
Yeah.
It's an episode. 6 episode series on Dr. Hallowell's podcast, and it's been really fun. And Brett says, I'd love to thank anyone who has commented on our interviews. It's wonderful to hear from so many people, and I'd love to respond in detail to every one of you, but it's been difficult. Yeah, I can attest to that. Anytime you put something on the internet, responding to everybody who sees it is challenging. There is literally not enough time in the day or week, and it doesn't really matter how much you care. That I honestly think that time should expand based on how much you care and like how much you want to do like good in the world. Like I think you should be given extra hours in the day. But so far, time has not responded to my emails about the situation. Okay, so, Scott's scared about his interview. Oh, don't be, Scott. We will send it to you. Okay, so we interviewed Scott as well. We actually, when we went up to Patreon over the summer, Scott came with us and we actually interviewed Scott about his experiences because I think they're really interesting. Just about his struggles and how he's gotten to where he is now, which is very successful and highly in demand in his career, and happy and fulfilled doing personal projects on the side. It's kind of like what we all dream of is being that successful. And so it was just cool to hear about the struggles that he had to go through getting there. And he did an amazing job. Don't worry, Scott, I will let you see it before we publish it, and nothing will go out that you're not comfortable with. But he was amazingly open and honest about everything. So I get it. It's nerve-wracking putting yourself out there. It's vulnerable. Okay. I'll read this last one and then I'm moving on to the next topic. Brett says, imagine just a while ago you were so thrilled to be invited on Dr. Hallowell's podcast once and now you're a regular. How amazing is that? Yeah, no, that's really cool. That's really cool. It was like one of our dreams when we started the channel. Like, I just want to talk to Dr. Hallowell. He's like the human hug. And now I'm a regular on his podcast, which is really cool.
And he likes having you on.
I know. And we're going to have him back on our show as well. Hopefully to talk about either medication, which is, I know, a topic that everybody's been wanting to hear about for a long time. And again, not a doctor, so I don't feel super qualified to talk about it personally. Even if I do all the research, I'm just nervous that I'll still get something wrong or people will be like, who are you to talk about this stuff? So we're going to have a doctor on to talk about that. So that might be Dr. Hallowell. And then also do an episode for the younger brains that explains to them and helps them explain to their friends about their brain. Okay, so the next topic is... I'm officially full-time. I don't have to go to work today, you guys. I'm going to go get a Christmas tree. I'm going to go watch Star Wars. I'm going to take a break. And then Monday, I'm back at it. So like I have a Monday through Friday, I'm an official YouTuber schedule. And I am documenting this very, very weird thing that I am not used to yet on a daily vlog that is posted both on the Patreon page and in the Behind the Brains channel on Discord. So if you guys are interested in how that journey is going or seeing just like I try and keep them really short, little clips behind the scenes of what I'm working on. That is now available. It's something that I have time to do now. Lorelai says, by the way, the new Star Wars is awesome. No spoilers, but that's good to hear because I heard otherwise as well. So
I actually stopped following the person that said that.
Did you?
I was like,
unfollow. Yeah, no spoilers. Scott says I will ban you if you spoil. Brett, you were the most supportive person that I think I've ever talked to. Like, you were so good at giving specific positive feedback. Brett just said, so awesome how you manifested that change. And Scott is / angry. It's so funny how we have like multiple conversations going on at once. Always. It's the best. It really hasn't sunk in yet. And I still am very aware that it's because of you guys primarily that I was able to go full time, and I don't take that lightly. And I'm very much trying to figure out how to make sure that extra time that I now have doesn't go to waste. And I'm, I have a balance between work and life so that I can keep going, but also I want to up my productivity now that I'm full time. So it's pretty cool. Aaron says, that's amazing, Jess. You have achieved so much, and yet it still feels like you're just at the beginning. Yeah, I still feel like a beginner, which actually brings us to the next topic. Billy says, I can't believe how many people subscribed since I stumbled across How to ADHD. The TEDx talk did a lot for us. I don't know how many of you found us through the TED Talk or saw the TED Talk, but it got us a lot of extra attention and a lot more subscribers and a lot more supporters, and it's been amazing, and gave us new opportunities too. I was talking about this on Discord a little while back, but we had a literary agent reach out and talk about the possibility of doing a book, and I found myself in the very strange position of going, okay, that's great that I have that opportunity. Does that make sense right now for me, considering everything else I've got going on? And that's something I'm trying to do lately, is not just like say yes to every project that sounds amazing, because it turns out, again, time is a thing. So right now it's not going to be my focus, but it might be something that I look at some point in the future. Right now, thanks for linking to the TED Talk, Isa. Oh yeah, we have another person. How do I pronounce that?
Ajay?
Ajay? Is that it?
Ajay or Ahai?
Karthikeyan? Maybe? Help me out here.
Vecteezy?
Longtime viewer, first time caller. Watched all the videos in one afternoon after seeing the TED Talk. That's awesome.
He says AJ.
AJ! That'll work.
Oh.
Brett Thornhill says, a book. If you have a book in you, which I've no doubt you do, it'll come when you're ready. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. So that, and then we also got another opportunity to do another TEDx talk, and that was something that I thought about and I ended up turning down because I don't have another TEDx talk in me yet. I feel like I said almost everything that I could possibly say about my personal story, about how much I value this channel, about what I've learned while making it in that TEDx talk. And so right now, I think I need to gather more material and do more videos. And one of the things I really want to focus on is starting to make videos that are accessible for younger brains as well. So there's already a lot of content out there that's directed at parents. So I will still be talking to brains directly, but talking to younger brains in more simple language every once in a while on a video, I think will be really helpful. We have young brains that watch all the time with their parents, which is really sweet. And they watched the homework episode, which they loved. So let's see. I hope Jess is unaware of these. I think she might be. I am unaware of, I don't know what you're talking about. So yes. I want a really long chapter on working memory and ADHD years. Yeah. What am I missing? What are they talking about?
Keep putting lower thirds underneath you.
Do you? Oh, I can't even see. Hang on. My computer keeps getting progressively more and more zoomed in, and I can't even read the chat anymore.
How did you do that?
Because technology.
Oh, here, double tap. There you go.
Oh, wait. So are you putting captions on that I'm ignoring completely?
No, I just did one called Potential Book Titles, Stuff I Don't Want to Forget. But it was like a joke.
Oh, no, that's actually a good...
But then somebody said, oh, it's a great title. And so then I have to put this up now.
Which is what I can't see.
It'll come up in just a second. It's like a second or two lagged.
That was totally a joke. Oh, no. That's the sequel?
Yeah. No, I just meant like I wasn't trying to be serious.
That's funny. Oh, Katrina says, I could see a really cute, highly animated How to ADHD for Kids episode. That would be really cute.
I have been dying for that.
Yeah?
Oh my god, you can. Yeah, we were talking about
We need to do that. We need to do an animated version of Ferrari Brain bicycle brakes. Like Hallowell's.
Dr. Hallowell.
Yeah.
Dr. Hallowell would be like the cool wizard in ADHD land.
He's the brake specialist.
Oh, that's even better.
That's what Dr. Hallowell calls himself. Isa says, does this mean I need to make a Google Doc for book titles and ideas? No, it's good. It's good.
I didn't mean to do that. Just a joke. But then after I typed it, I'm like, oh no. After I put it up, I'm like, oh no, that sounds like it would be a good title. Right. Oh no.
No, a book is something, yeah, it's not in the near future. I think that I need to do a little more research before I'm ready to write a book. But what I actually am curious is if I do that, if you guys are more interested in writing a book for brains or for hearts, because the show will always be for brains and then, occasionally an episode for hearts. Because I know that they watch the show too, and I don't want to leave them completely out of it. But so many books right now are written for people who don't have ADHD, who are trying to help somebody with ADHD, that if I wrote a book, I would probably want to write a book for brains. But I don't know. I could also write I don't know. I could write a book for hearts that helps them understand too. That isn't so much about giving advice, like here's how to help. It's more just stories and insights and funny things and support, maybe even support for them. I'm not really sure yet. Oh, everybody says both. Both, half and half, half to share with your friends and for yourself. Scott says book for brains. In my opinion, a lot of Hallowell stuff is directed toward hearts. Write 2 books. I mean, maybe 2 complementary books, similar structure, talking about the same topics for each side. Yeah. We'll see. I did one episode that was on the channel that was like, here's how to help people with ADHD. And the interesting thing is when you talk to people, when you talk to hearts on behalf of brains, sometimes it makes brains angry, because what if you get it wrong according to them? And they're like, I don't want people knowing that about me, or worse, like that's not true for me and that wouldn't work for me. We're all so different it's honestly a little bit challenging. So I've thought about, if I do write a book for hearts, the main focus would be, rather than trying to fix your brain, focus on the helping remove the obstacles that are in their way. So ADHD is a diagnosis of impairment, right? These traits, there's nothing wrong with these traits. I love these traits, being impulsive and generous, and having this interesting sense of humor and seeing the world a different way, and having so many ideas all the time. Like, these are all kind of pretty cool traits, right? It's the impairment that's the problem. I like having ADHD traits. I don't necessarily love the impairment that comes with it sometimes, which is why I take medication, which is why I'm always looking for strategies to help me with that. So I think that focusing, like redirecting brain or heart's focus to, like, don't try and fix this person, just be aware of where things are starting to get in their way and like help them remove those obstacles.
By the way,
would be better.
I'm taking copies of the suggestions. Later in case.
Oh, cool. Oh my gosh. Hannah says brains on one side and you flip it over and the heart side is upside down to the brain part. What?
Mauro said that first.
Mauro said that first? I actually really like that idea. I really like the For Hearts and For Brains companion book idea where they somehow get published together. The book is split. Choose your own adventure. If you're a heart, go to page 89. If you're a brain, pick a random number and go to that page. That's awesome.
A choose your own adventure for ADHD brains would be really cool. I don't know if they've copyrighted that mechanic, but
I don't know.
If you had the book start, rather than having a table of contents, if you opened the book and it said, if you have such and such, turn to page such and such.
Wait, what if it's Bujo style? What if it's like a bullet journal and there's an index? And they're like little insights that I've written on different pages. And they don't necessarily, like, they're not necessarily in order or make sense. It's like Bujo style. So some pages are just drawings and some pages are insights for hearts and some pages are insights for brains.
That sounds good as like a third book. I do like that idea. Oh, people are saying, yes, Bujo. Oh my gosh.
Separate books. Yeah, maybe the one for brains is a Bujo. Maybe it's like everything I've learned while making How to ADHD. And it's just like Bujo style. And instead of a normal table of contents, it looks like a Bujo index, and you flip and it's like,
we'd have to touch base with Ryder Carroll about that, but yeah,
that's a good point. Rochelle's like, I thought we were gonna wait on the book thing. Yeah, we're waiting. We got carried away. We got distracted. Speaking of Ryder Carroll, we are currently editing an interview with Ryder Carroll where he did an update of the bullet journal system with me, because there were some things I love the bullet journal, but there are some things that it's not great at, like communicating to other people what your schedule is. So I also have to use Google Calendar, and I was having a little trouble like knowing, well, what do I use the Bujo for and what do I use Google Calendar for, and like how do I integrate those things. So he came on and talked about it, and I really loved his answers. Katrina said, my sister kept trying to get me to pause this. I mean, can you pause a live stream and then come back? I guess you could.
You just have to skip ahead, yeah.
You skip ahead, yeah, if you need to. Flo says that could be cool. Okay, so what else do we have on the agenda? Let me see.
Yes.
I'm looking.
Would you...
But yeah, I actually like that. Like, I really do like the idea of it looking like a bullet journal, and they're like... It's like stuff that I've learned.
I'm ready to...
I don't know.
Cool.
Oh, Rebecca says, could you Bujo using some sort of smart pen and notebook, e.g. Live Scribe, so you can digitalize pages? That would be cool. Okay. AJ says, careful if you pause. It will disconnect when the stream ends and Jess hops off. We'll need to wait for the recording. Andre says, Edward, where are you?
I'm over here.
He's over to the side. He's doing notes and things like that. It's hard to be on the live stream and also like capturing stuff that people suggest from the live stream at the same time. So he's capturing suggestions.
I'm having such a delightful time.
Are you?
It's like so smooth on this side. I'm like, oh, I guess I'll bring this up.
Meanwhile, I'm like, what am I supposed to say? You're usually bantering with me,
right?
But yeah.
For a bit here,
Let's see. Oh, Angela said, I keep looking at the agenda to see what's coming next, and I just realized you were adding to it as we go. Oh, do they know the agenda? So they know if I'm sticking to it?
No. I'm adding to it as we go. They don't see anything before it happens. Do you know what you're
Oh, got it. Okay, cool. So yeah, let me go to the next thing. Oh, okay, I have really big news. I have really big news.
Let them hang in suspense for a moment longer.
That don't tell anybody. You guys are the only ones who get to know about this. And like my mom and Edward's mom.
Promise not to say anything.
So yeah, you can't say anything because this is not public information yet.
Okay, almost there. Fixing a terrible mistake that I made. Okay, ready when you are. 3, 2, 1.
Wait, by the way, Brett says, loved Edward's live stream following the election on Tuesday. That is all.
Oh, he watched the thing on Facebook.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. So if you guys are politically minded or not upset by political things, Edward has a really interesting Facebook where he is trying to get people from both sides to converse about things because the country's gotten so divided that nobody's really hearing each other anymore. So it's a sensitive issue. If you guys are not interested in this, definitely don't follow this. But Edward started doing occasional Facebook videos where he shares thoughts and tries to open up conversation in a way that's not divisive or gets people to throw things at each other, but gets people to actually listen.
No hate!
Because he's been on both sides and understands everybody's perspective.
You're doing such a beautiful, eloquent job of pitching that, and then I just sideways come in like a Muppet.
What did you say? I didn't even...
No hate!
Yeah, no hate. I mean, honestly, like he's trying to bring... people together the same way we're trying to do on the channel, and it's very challenging in any political realm because there's just a lot of hate and a lot of it's okay.
Tell me when you're ready, because we're doing the thing about
they love the ideas. AJ says, I love that idea. Intelligent and respectful political discussions are very scarce. They are. And it scares the hell out of me because I'm like, I'm trying to bring everybody together and be like one tribe. Like, don't talk about things that are divisive. But he's right. It's an important thing that needs to happen right now is to talk about things in a respectful way and actually hear each other and remember that we're all people and we all have our own values and we're all doing what we think is right. And I don't know. There's a lot more I could say on it. But, okay, news!
Remember that! I'm ready.
Yeah.
Is it the thing where we had the phone call and the guy, and then they said yes, but next year?
Yes, but next year?
Yes is happening.
Yes, and next year. Yes.
Okay, when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Whenever, go for it.
Okay, wait, are you putting a...
I will, but I'm going to flow with you.
All right, so this is the big news. And again, you can't tell anybody, but I was invited by the president of ADA to do two things. One was a webinar with ADA. ADA is ADD.org. They're another nonprofit. Like Chad, they focus on adults with ADHD. I was invited to come and do a webinar with them, which will happen in the first quarter of next year, which will be really cool. And the big news that definitely don't share, I also got invited to be a keynote speaker at the next International ADHD Conference, which is usually held by Chad, but last year it was Chad and Ada, and next year it's going to be Chad, Ada, and the ACO, the ADHD Coaches Organization. I think
so.
I think that's the acronym for it. So it's going to be huge, and I got invited to actually be the closing keynote speaker next year. So I am terrified. I said yes before I even asked, like, how long would I be expected to talk, but apparently like an hour long keynote. And this is such a huge deal for me because not 2 years ago, last year, I was at the Chad conference, like glued to Eric Tiver's hip going, I hope it's okay that I'm here. I hope nobody's mad that I'm making YouTube videos, like trying to simply explain stuff that's actually more complicated than I can possibly get across in a 5-minute video. I hope that even though I don't have a degree in this, like it's okay that I'm talking about this. And so to be invited to be the closing keynote speaker next year is just really validating, really terrifying, and just a huge deal for me. So that's the big news. What is everybody saying?
Oh, they're losing it.
Yeah, it's in St. Louis. Yes, it is. It's in St. Louis, Missouri. Yes. So everybody's like, yes, now I have to go. Yeah. Yep. But again, please don't tell anybody. This is not public news. They have to be careful about their timing when they announce things like this. But yeah, I am so excited. I'm so excited. Like, I'm terrified, but I keep just saying that over and over again. I really have nothing more to say than I'm excited and I'm terrified. But we have a very important project that we're going to be doing for this, and nobody else will know what the project is for, but you guys can.
Oh gosh, I forgot about that.
You forgot about the project? Okay.
Yeah.
The topic, I'm not going to do a good job explaining this, but the topic is basically about finding your tribe and coming together and finding support from other people with ADHD. The thing that they were concerned about is that these ADHD conferences are huge for people. Like, they have an amazing time. They get to connect with other people with ADHD. They get to have the experience that a lot of you maybe had finding the channel and connecting and going, oh my God, people get it and their strategies, but they get to do that in person in a really intense, like 3-day kind of way. And they kind of have that high of like, oh my God, I'm understood and like, I'm okay. And this is great. And then they leave and reality hits, and it's, a really tough transition for a lot of people. So my focus is going to be, even after you leave, there are members of the tribe everywhere that you can connect to. There are in-person meetups. There's our channel, like come hang out. And connecting with your tribe outside of these 1-day or 3-day a year conferences is a really important thing, so that you can continue getting the support and the love and the understanding that you deserve, even if your family doesn't get it, even if, even if your partner doesn't always necessarily understand. So that's going to be the focus. And, AJ wants to know what the brain heart ratio at these conferences is. I don't know exactly, but there are a lot of brains there, and a lot of brains that are actually in the industry of like coaching or therapists or doing podcasts. Or last year, Rick Green was there too, who does funny videos on ADHD as well. If you guys haven't checked him out, what's his website?
Is it totally?
Oh yeah, totallyadd.com. Or no, it's a Canadian address, so .ca. Yeah, Brett says that's where I met Jenny Friedman 3 years ago, and they've been working together ever since. Yeah, it's a really cool experience. If you guys can come, like, it's definitely worth coming to.
It is totallyadd.com.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was .ca. Oh, it's Brett Thornhill's .ca.
Ah.
It's, yep. Brett Thornhill says 70-30, maybe 60-40 brains, hearts. But there's plenty of people with ADHD to connect to there. But yeah, that's next November. I will be speaking November 11th. And yeah, if you guys can come, that would be amazing. It's just a really powerful thing.
What was the thing that we were going to do though?
Okay. So the thing we were going to do, the secret project is...
I'm so glad you remember, because I pitched like this whole thing, And I
This was Edward's idea.
Forgot that it even existed.
This was Edward's idea, but I'm going to claim it now since you forgot about it.
Yeah, take it. It's all yours.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have people from the channel send in friendship bracelets. So anybody who wants to make a friendship bracelet and send it in for somebody else with ADHD to wear can do so. And then at the conference, we're going to pass them out and let people know there are people with ADHD all around the world. And one of them made this for you so that you would know that you aren't alone. Cody says, oh boy, you just triggered Hannah's impulsiveness. Yeah. So I'll show people how to make friendship bracelets. If they don't know how, I'll do an episode showing them how to make them. They should be really simple, really cheap, just, thread friendship bracelets. So it won't cost anybody too much, but I think it'll be a really powerful moment for people to know that even once they leave the conference, there are people all around the world that get it and care, and somebody made this just for them, essentially. So Brett says, oh my God, that's beyond incredible. So yeah, Brett, I know you're going to be there, so don't spoil it. Hannah says, can I make more than one? Yeah. If anybody wants to make more than one, that's fine too, right? Like, there's no reason not to do that.
I totally can't see what the lower thirds are.
No, I can't. Let me scroll it.
It's not as fun if you can't see it.
Oh, she's crying. Tell no one. How do I make it? I gotta zoom out.
Yeah, try that. Oh, here, hold on. Oh,
there we go.
Yay!
Yeah,
you're getting it. There you go.
Oh wait, now I can't see comments. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I know how to work my computer. Okay. Yep. So that's the big news. Let's see what else. Okay. Oh, so doing the daily vlog. I just started it because I was like, it might be interesting to some people to see like what the experience is actually like of being a full-time YouTuber. And I thought, well, if I'm going to start it, I should start it on day one. So I did, and I kind of jumped in not really knowing what it was going to be. But if there's anything that you guys want to see, again, I have the daily vlog, a super vlog ideas channel on Discord, which I'll check probably every day and see if there's anything that people might want to see that day. But other than that, like, if you guys have any ideas right now that you're like, I've always wanted to know how Edward does this, like, I will totally vlog him too. Or if you want to know what the research process is like, or if you, I don't know, want to, whatever, just let me know if you guys want to see something in particular.
They wanted to know if they could update the brain board about all this stuff, and I just said, just keep it here. Like, keep it, if people see it in the video, great, but we don't want to start making a habit of spreading it around. Like, it's so critical this does not get out.
Oh yeah, the secret info project. Yep.
Or the fact that that you're even keynote speaking next year.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Let's not for now.
Yeah, let's just not put it anywhere. Don't write it anywhere. Don't tell anybody. Just for now.
But I don't want people to be left out either. So let me think on it. Let's not do anything right now, but let me think on it.
What I mean is like when people go to watch it, they will see it. But if we get into this situation where people can write about it and everything, I get worried that they're gonna,
Yeah.
This is
Scott says, just hush. Brett wants to know, I've always wanted to know how Edward consistently manages to rock the beanie.
Long, out of control hair.
We were going to put it in a vlog, but now it's out. No. Yeah, his hair started getting long. I was wanting him to grow it out because he's had it long before. And so he was starting to grow it out and got into the habit of wearing it. But even now that his hair is cut shorter, he wears a beanie even if it's warm because, do you want to tell him?
You tell me.
He says it's like a head hug. It's like a comfort thing, a sensory thing. It just feels good. Tim says, beanie there, done that. Oh, Hannah says, random question about the bracelets. Will the makers be sent one from others as well? I don't know, because if everybody only makes one and we're passing them out at the conference,
there might
but maybe we should tell them to make two and then they'll get one back. I'm not sure.
I think the video thing, like, so everybody makes the bracelets and then we have a big thank you video where people talk about what that meant to them.
Oh, okay. So yeah, as people are leaving the conference, we were going to have like capture people's reactions to having this bracelet and talk about what it meant to them and do a video about that. So that may be what we do in return. But let me think about that. I'm trying to think how logistically we would do that, because that requires a lot of postage too. To mail everything back.
Well,
yeah,
see, that's why I don't necessarily think mailing him stuff would be the right call.
I'm not against it, but let me think about it. Let's see. Oh, Yurda says, "Oops, I forgot the time. At least I caught the end of the stream." Yeah, I got off topic a lot, as happens. By the way, yeah, if you guys are new, that's just kind of how these live streams go. Is I get off topic a lot. We just kind of hang out and have fun. If you just want announcements, like probably we could just like post the announcements in the description of the live stream.
I am doing that.
Cool. Yeah, Brett says, great idea, but early days, plenty of time to work out the details. Oh yeah, they could do the self-addressed stamped envelope. I'm not great about going to the post office. Oh, that's another thing we're trying to do is a lot of people are emailing me still asking for stickers and stuff. And I haven't even finished all the people who originally asked for stickers because I wanted to respond by hand to everybody. And I don't know, it's an executive function thing. It's hard for me to do that because it's not like built into my routine yet. So we're going to try and build it into my routine and have a sticker station by the door. So if I get mail from a brain asking for a sticker, I will have like little note paper and pens and stamps and envelopes and everything. And well, I guess no, they're doing the self-addressed stamped envelope. So really it'll just be like pens and paper and stuff and the stickers and everything that I need to sign them, so I can just like get them out the door, because it's been unreasonably difficult for me to do the self-addressed stamped envelope, considering they've already addressed it and stamped it themselves. Sticker station, tell no one. Okay, now I am seeing the captions. These are cute. Flo says, totally with you about the beanie. Oh, yeah. So Katrina says, so you still have stickers we can send in for? I do. I have been terrible about sending them, which is probably why I have so many left. No, I still have a lot of stickers. And we're going to get new stickers, too. It's something that I just kind of want to do ongoing. Like, even if we change up the stickers every once in a while, I still like the idea that if anybody wants a sticker, they can have a sticker. So, yeah. So I want to keep doing it, but I'm setting up a sticker station to make it a little easier. Oh, Angela says, I don't get the stickers thing. Okay. So way back when we did VidCon, actually, I can show them the stickers. Are they over there? Mm-hmm.
Where would they
be?
Oh, yeah, if you want to grab
I'll be right back.
Amazing.
Hello, everybody. She's going looking for the stickers. I'm going to entertain the children. Oh, here she comes.
That was amazing. So these are the Hello Brain stickers that we created for VidCon. They were something that I could sign for people. So in Silver Pen, I write hello, and then there's a brain, and then I do my little signature thing that I actually developed this in like 7th grade, and it still applies. It's like an exclamation mark with like a smiley face and like hug hands reaching out. So I just, when people mail me, I have these ready to go, and then I just theoretically I just write their name over the brain, and then I'll usually send them a couple extra stickers too, like ones that aren't signed as well, in case they want to put it on other stuff. So yeah, these stickers are available. You guys can mail us, and I just have to get on top of that sticker station.
New person in the chat, never been here before. Lisa.
Hello, Lisa. Cool. So, Lisa, tell us something about yourself. We're doing a, hey, let's get to know each other today, because there's so many new peeps. Also Tatum. Yes. Also Tatum. Why can't we tell anybody about Lisa?
No, I forgot that it's Lisa. It's Lisa. Tell no one.
Oh.
It's super dumb. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna stop. I'm so sorry.
I like it. I like the thumbnails. I like that Edward found a way to still do bits even though he's not on camera.
I'm so upset. I feel so
No,
embarrassed.
it's funny. Shh. Lisa. Angela says Edward is on a roll. Is it says thumbnails?
Lower thirds.
Lower thirds. Did I say some thumbnails? Lower thirds. Yes. Classic Edward. All right. What else do we have going on while they tell us about themselves? Oh yeah, so vlog ideas. I don't know if anybody came up with or suggested any vlog ideas, or if you guys want to think about it, but you can drop it here, or you can drop it into the super vlog idea channel on Discord that we just started. So yeah, anything that fits into short, raw, related to being a pro YouTuber / mental health advocate, or like my personal strategies too. You could be like, hey, I heard you had a cool way to fold laundry that makes it so that your dresser doesn't get disorganized, and I'll show you. But yeah, I try and keep those short because they're daily, because they're raw, because my main focus is on the regular channel. I try to keep them like under 2 minutes for the most part. See, are they saying anything I need to respond to?
Is there a new channel for that?
This is like getting ridiculous. Like I can only see 2 lines. Can you help me?
Sure.
I can only see 2 lines of the chat. It's
How
like,
are you doing that?
I don't know.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make your life so easy right now.
Make my life easy.
Oh, I see what your problem is. Let me just get on down here.
I'm gonna make you do that on the channel. This is Edward. Like, we're gonna take your helicopter away. It's just gonna be this.
Yeah, exactly right. There you go.
Yay! I can see it now. Okay, how many more announcements do we have left? Let's see.
Oh, we have an announcement about
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Do you
3.
know which one you want to go to?
Yeah.
Where are you looking at? Oh, very good.
Okay, let's see. Wait. I think they're talking. Let me go back. Oh, Tatum says, yes, I am new. Sort of been on the board for 2 months, but first stream I've been able to attend. Thank you for coming.
Does the time work? Ask everybody the time.
Yeah, how's this time for everybody? We're trying to be aware of the fact that everybody's in different time zones. I have more flexibility now that I am full-time. So I can accommodate most people, hopefully. So let me know how this time works for you. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Tatum says, getting done with finals. I'm a married female college student in computer science, married to a lovely heart named Ben, and live in Utah. Awesome. Lisa says, I believed it at 44. 44? Oh, that's when she believed that. That's when you believed that you were diagnosed with ADHD. Angela says, daily vlogs get me through the day. You may be talking about daily vlogs in general. I'm going to assume mine. That's cool. So yeah, let me know what you would like to see. So far, I'm just like playing around, like, well, whatever comes to me. But again, I'm open to suggestions.
Ask them if they'd be cool with us emailing them a calendar invite.
Oh yes. Oh, good question. Would you guys be interested in us emailing a calendar invite to the live streams? Would that be helpful? Because then you just click a button and then it's on your calendar. Oh yeah, people are saying time's good. Yes.
Do we have any?
Katrina says this works great, but probably for those that it doesn't work, they aren't on, which is a very good point.
Is there anybody who's not in the U.S. or a U.S.-esque time zone?
Oh yeah, is there anyone here who is not in the U.S. or Canada? That's a good question.
Great.
Tatum says Saturday is actually great so long as my Google Home / Echo devices actually remind me of things. Great post-brunch time for the East Coast. That's cool.
Oh, Lorelai's... Oh, of course Lorelai's UK. Sorry, Lorelai. Of course.
Yeah, Rebecca said, what about a doodle poll for all Brainboard? I'm still leaning toward that, too. I think doodle would be good. So doodle is where you can say, these are the times that we're available. What about you guys? And it helps you figure out a time that's best for everybody. So, that's best for most people.
Let's talk on that.
Yeah, I really like that idea. But yeah, we'll talk about it. Oh yeah, Aaron is in Israel, of course. That's awesome. Okay, cool. All right, so a couple more announcements.
Which one do you want to do next?
Business.
Of course, give me just a moment.
Oh, Tatum says, is Doodle better than When is Good? I haven't heard of When is Good, so I don't know the answer to that. But will you write down both?
I will.
Doodle and When is Good.
Look up Doodle.
I like the name of When is Good better.
Yeah.
Because Doodle sounds like, let's collaborate on some art.
Or let's poop as babies. That's what it really sounds like to me.
Poop as babies?
Because like when the babies poop, they go, "Did you do a doodle?" Like that kind of. That's what it means to. All right, ready?
Sure.
When you're ready, my love.
Okay, so second. Oh yeah, Sweden. All right, this is cool. I'm glad that we're getting people from the U.S. and abroad. Katrina says, Edward. Oh my God, what? Yeah, I feel the same way.
No, yeah, that's a thing. I did not jump the shark. That's legit what I think.
What is jumping the shark?
Jumping the shark is like when you just you like in an attempt to keep a bit going, or like it came from Happy Days because in like season 9, Fonzie jumped a shark with a motorcycle because they were just like, we're running out of ideas.
Oh,
I was not. No, I have totally heard it called a doodle. I think it's from Three Men and a Baby. God, I'm old.
Hannah said something, but I read it wrong, so I read it as, I have never heard a poodle called a doodle. And I thought she was going Dr. Seuss on us. But no, she says, I've never heard a poopy called a doodle. I have never either.
Brett Thornhill just remembered that they did call it that in Three Men and a Baby, because you can see him laughing really hard. Okay.
Got it. When is Good forgot to hire a designer. Doodle looks way better and also does some additional stuff. All right, Doodle wins, I guess. So that's the answer to the question. No, it does. If it wins, by popular vote. This is a democracy-ish. Esque. All right, so...
Ready when you are, Mother.
Next big announcement, we are in, this is actually amazing timing, but for those of you who don't know, I hung out with Hannah Hart recently. I met her at VidCon and we hung out a couple of times, and she's an amazing person and so generous, and I should really return her jacket at some point. But like, I always don't want to bother her because she's so busy, but I guess returning somebody's jacket is a good reason to bother them, so I should do that. Anyway, long story short, Hannah Hart hooked us up with her business manager. She suggested a lot of different people, and she was like, this is who I think you should go with, and here's why, but obviously take meetings, do your thing. We took a meeting with her business manager and fell in love. She's an amazing person. She wants the same things that we do. Like, she won't, she understands that we're in this to serve our community first and foremost, to make a living secondly, so that we can continue to do that. But we never want to make business decisions that aren't right for our community. We don't want to take money just to take money. We want to do what's right. We want a long, sustainable career doing what's best for the ADHD community. And she's totally on board with that. She also represents Katie Morton, who is a therapist on YouTube. And she's also really great. If you guys haven't checked her out, she's amazing. And she's just a really good fit. She's an amazing person. This is Linnea. Yeah, show a picture.
She's crazy good and crazy amazing.
Linnea, yeah. She lives in Texas, but she comes to LA all the time. She used to work with Ryan Seacrest, of all people. So she's got a lot of connections in Hollywood. When she met us, she had been at CAA, one of the top 5 agencies in LA earlier that day, having coffee with somebody. So she's got the connections that we need to be able to take advantage of opportunities that would not otherwise come our way. And she will do so in a way that respects what we're trying to accomplish, first and foremost, which is just everything you could ask for in a business manager. Somebody who's good at what they do and is not just going to be in it for the money, but for the love of the thing. She's really excited about helping the channel grow, and she's taking a little bit of a chance on us. We're going to be her smallest client, but she's excited about what we're doing and passionate about it. So it'll be really cool.
Tell them about the Patreon.
Oh yeah. So the way that managers work is we don't pay them. We don't pay her, even though she's already started helping us with our schedule, and business emails are now going to her. If anybody has if anybody asks hey, how do I get a hold of How to ADHD for a business thing or a talk or whatever, the email address is going to be on the website. It's now business@howtoadhd.com. So that email goes to me, Edward, and Linnea, but Linnea is the one who handles it. We just get to see it. So in case in case she doesn't handle it, we can be like, hey, did you see this or whatever. But she's doing a lot of work for us already, and she works on commission, which is how managers work. A lot of managers take 15%. She's only taking 10, and she's not taking any of the Patreon money. She's like, those are your donations. I don't want to touch that. I want what I earn. So, which is just, again, really cool. And one of the reasons we're excited to work with her. Let's see. Tatum says she looks super fun. Yeah, and that's another thing. She's like super cool to hang out with. We had coffee and we talked for hours, and she's just a wonderful, wonderful person who is also in a position to be able to help us do the stuff that we either aren't as good at or don't have time for, which is make sure that we follow through on new opportunities while also, you know, like what's really huge is Edward and I can now focus on content. Edward has basically been acting as the producer and like fielding all these emails and stuff like that. And it's really hard for him to also be editing, because in the middle of an edit, an email will come in and he'll have to respond to it. So now that's on her plate, which is really amazing. So I can focus on talking to the community again and responding to messages on Facebook and things like that. Edward can focus on getting the edits done and working on some of the stuff he's interested in as well. He'll have some time back.
And we'll both be just like insanely busy all the time.
Yeah. And then with me going full time, it's just, I'm really excited about the possibilities. A lot is opening up. So, let's see. Brett says, surround yourself with rock stars, but make sure that the drummer is not playing lead guitar, which is both cryptic and amazing.
Rebecca Bates asked, wait, so how does the manager make money?
So how does she make money? She'll get 10% across the board, which means when we go to do talks, if we get a speaker's fee, she'll get 10% of that. If we we sell merch, she'll get 10% of that. Because she'll not yet, but she'll help like
she'll be worth it.
She'll be worth it. She'll be helping with designs and helping with business decisions and stuff like that.
It's like she's part
if we
of
do
our
a sponsorship,
business. She's part of our business now. And like, she's going to make sure that we do well. Yeah.
So the cool thing, and this is the point of having a manager, is not only do they take some stuff off your plate, but they also bring you new opportunities. So she'll be getting 10% of what we make on, if we do a sponsorship or something like that. But it'll probably be something that we wouldn't have even done if it weren't for her bringing it to us, because she sent us a whole thing about like, what brands are you willing to work with? What brands do you not want to work with? And we just told her like down the list, like it has to be something that I believe in, that I use, that I think is a good product for people. It has to be something that serves our community. It can't be, by a company that's just like trying to make a quick buck off of ADHDers. Like there's a lot of fidget companies that are just like, hey, this is good for ADHD and autism, but they don't really understand like why, or like as evidenced by the fact that some of these things have like flashing lights and things. It's just like, come on, you guys don't know this community. Stop trying to take advantage of it.
Eric asks, is this going to be everything of sponsorship and ads?
Ads should be the same. She doesn't have control over that on YouTube. Sponsorship, we're still going to be really picky. So I have a feeling that probably it, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I will still be just as picky as I always have been, but maybe we'll have more opportunities. Like one thing is I love Tile, and it's something that I use to help me find things. She would be the kind of person who would be like, okay, let me reach out to them and see if they'd be willing to sponsor a video. So it would never be content that I wouldn't make anyway, but it might happen every once in a while. But it's still not going to be like on a regular basis.
I just answered Rebecca. She was like, I didn't realize that there were other things that that we could generate money from, and we're going to be doing a lot of different things. But tell them about like a good example of a cross promotion thing would be the top 10 homework tips. Like that's the kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, so when we did the top 10 homework tips,
sponsorship, it's going to be cool.
Yeah, when we did the top 10 homework tips, it was because we realized like, okay, this is a company that is working with people with executive function difficulties, people with ADHD, and they have they have coaches that are specifically trained in that, and they brought 10 tips to help with homework if you have ADHD, and then I expanded on them and everything. And that ended up being a really good episode that helped a lot of people, but it was a lot of work going back and forth on negotiations, and that's clearing content. Yeah, like all of that stuff that is not part of the creative process that is now going to be off our plate. And so if we are interested in working with a brand to do a sponsored deal, like that's something that she will handle now. For the most part.
And it's not going to be like weird sponsorships. Like they'll still be fun.
Yeah. And another thing that we might do is she might help me get in the door to like one of the bigger agencies to do, I guess it's called an experiential tour. And what that means is I would be able to go and do a tour where I speak at a college and then do a meet and greet. And then while I'm in town, like I can also meet up with like the local, like the brains in the community who weren't able to make it. Like if it's just for college students, like then I can also have a separate one for whoever is not at that college that wants to meet up, which would be a really cool way for me to go on tour and meet brains and things like that. So I honestly don't know what to expect yet. Do you?
Not really. Like, I mean, I'm expecting that there's going to be a period of negotiation where we try to figure out how best to work with each other, but everybody is coming at it with the right attitude.
Yeah. So Tatum said emails are the worst, so having a business manager will help so much. I was a president of a woman in CS Club for a year, and that's what led to me stepping down. Yeah, the emails, you guys, like when I'm trying to make an episode, it's just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what is something I should respond to and what's something that I shouldn't respond to. And like, it's just really overwhelming. I'm not a business person. I'm somebody with ADHD who is not great at responding to thousands of emails a day and sorting through and figuring out which ones are important and which ones aren't. And yeah, having somebody else to take that off my plate is kind of amazing. Yeah, Rebecca said it would be cool to see your recommendations which actually work for you and then you getting something from that. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
And affiliate links as well.
Yeah, and affiliate links, things like that are not something that's really been on my mind, I guess. Like, because I am doing this for the passion of it. But it would be nice to be able to be sustainably full-time and also be able to, you know, if there's an important event to have the funds to go and do that event, even if they can't pay me, which that would just be really nice. Like there are occasionally things like a nonprofit that reaches out that would really benefit from me talking, and they can't necessarily afford to fly us out and do the whole thing. Or there's other ways to reach people, like if we fly out to Montana. Is that where Hank Green is? Missoula. Yeah, if we fly out to Missoula, Montana, like we can do collabs with Hank Green, but that's expensive. It's, you know, in the past it's been time off work. Thankfully now it's not. It's just a plane ticket and lodging while we're there. But just having a little extra income to cover those things would be good. But yeah, again, I would never do a sponsorship that didn't make sense for our channel or that I didn't believe in. Katrina said, this chat is mentally exhausting me a little bit. Me too. I'm sorry. If you need to step away, if anything ever gets overwhelming, like feel free to step away. You got to take care of yourself.
Flo Nielsen wants to know, he has an ad blocker. Does that make a difference? Should he turn it off for our videos?
No.
Let's not comment too much.
Okay. We're not commenting, but I'm fine with it.
Yes, exactly.
Is that subtle?
That works very well. I think that works very well.
Yeah, if you guys are already supporting us, I don't care. Yeah. The ad revenue is... I'm not commenting.
We're not going to comment.
But yeah, but it's not going to hurt us.
Yeah.
Brett says, comment. Nice, no comment. Yep.
That was the longest comment of no comment.
Yep. Okay, I know people are getting fatigued. This has kind of been a long one. So
yeah, we're an hour 10 right now. Would you like to jump on to how about we talk about there's merch and goals?
Yes. Okay. So so this is a good segue. Tatum says, speaking of Hank Green, have you considered DFTBA for merch? I know you're using Redbubble right now. Are things going well with that? We're considering a lot of things. DFTBA, I think, is invite only, so I don't know that that's even an option for us right now, but we are considering trying different places. Redbubble, things are going well. People are really supporting. There's a couple things that we don't like about Redbubble. that it just seems to be a site geared more toward artists and less toward YouTubers. And some people have expressed that it's for what they're paying for the products, the margin that we're getting is fairly low, and they would prefer to see us on a site where we would get more of the money. So that might be something that we look into, but we're still trying to figure out like just a balance of everything. Like, one of the good things about Redbubble is it's been fairly easy for people who are international to buy from that site, and I guess the shipping fees haven't been outrageous for them, which is unusual, I guess, if you live overseas, and that's great. Living here, the shipping fees are staggeringly high to me. But yeah, we're gonna play around with some other sites and see what we like and don't like, and see what people's responses are. We kind of want to balance like quality and make sure that it's still ethical and not too expensive for people, while also making it so that, you know, you're supporting the show, not just Redbubble and the time that we spent making the designs. Cody says, has Shopify been considered?
If anybody has suggestions for sites, they should put it in the Discord for the brain board, because we'll go back and look through all of them.
Okay, yeah. If you guys have any ideas for merch sites, we are limited to print on demand. Lorelei says, then you might as well be hosting it yourself. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. There's another site called Represent. Did I finish my sentence? I don't think I did. If you guys have ideas, put them in the chat for the Brainboard chat on Discord. Oh, but yeah, I guess it's a lot of work to do our own site. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, with everything all the decisions we're making right now, you have to weigh like, okay, how much of an investment is this in terms of time and money and energy versus like, what are you actually getting out of it? So eventually it would be really cool to have like, you know, official How to ADHD fidget toys, but I don't know what all goes into that. And right now we're limiting ourselves to sites that do print on demand. One of the ones that we were thinking about that Hannah Hart actually uses is Represent. I'll put it. Okay.
We also need a place that does it ethically.
Oh yeah, and we need a place that does it ethically. I think I mentioned that, but we want to make sure that a site that supports mental health is not just ordering their merch from places that, you know, where people are like jumping off buildings because the working conditions are horrible. So like, that's important to us. Okay. So Tatum says ethical is a wonderful consideration.
There's
Eric has a really good point here. Start with something easy to start with, then see if you can improve it, prioritizing what will make the biggest impact. Yeah, can we like copy that and paste it? Just like put it on my forehead. That's really good advice. So, all right. Oh, Edward has a note here. In the future, we want to do more Patreon specific merch. Yeah, he had a lot of ideas. We had a lot of ideas, and some of them were based on stuff that people came up with on Patreon that we loved and just didn't have time to design because they were cool enough that they deserved cool designs, and we just didn't have time for that. But Edward also had different designs he wants to do specifically for Patreons. We already did the emotional support llama, but we'll do more.
So many more I want to do.
Yeah.
I also, if we're going to keep doing shirts...
It says don't go overboard.
If we're going to keep doing shirts, one of the things we had talked about is having like just a corner where we just do silly things. Like,
oh yeah, we can have a corner where we just do silly stuff that's not necessarily ADHD related. Yeah. But yeah, we'll figure it out. We're going to keep playing with it. So the last thing is goals for next year. So... my big goal for next year is to learn how to be a keynote speaker, because we are not only going to do the keynote speech at the ADHD International Conference, which again, don't tell, in case you missed that. It's not public yet, but yeah, I have to learn how to be a keynote speaker, which is scary and intimidating, but can make a really big difference in people's lives who may not jump on to YouTube to look for information. So I'm excited about that. It looks like we're in negotiations for me to do a keynote speech in October as well. So the one for the ADHD conference is November 11th, but we might do one at a college in Michigan in October. So yeah, that's my big thing, to do that. And let's see.
Real quick, Rebecca Bates says, be a bit careful with Patreon-specific stuff. Don't make them time-specific, because obviously people are already financially committing. Anything that we do that's Patreon, there'll be discounts associated with it. There'll be all...
Yeah, but she's right. Like, if we have a time limit on it, that puts financial pressure on people.
I don't think we're going to do any kind of pressure thing for Patreon people. Like, it's going to be so easy for Patreon people.
But we have a time limit on the one that we have up now. Because that's the way that site works. It's a campaign.
That's true, but that's just because right now it's a test run.
Okay, so yeah, in future, that's a really good note. We'll try to make sure that there's no time pressure on Patreon. I completely agree.
The only reason we put this time limit on it was so that we weren't stuck to Redbubble forever. Because now that we're in there, we know there's things we want to change.
Yeah, the current llama tea is time limited. If any of you guys... Yeah, we can bring that back. So yeah, even though the way that site is set up is you do a run and it's like a limited campaign at the end of which they print the shirts. If anybody wants a shirt that's Patreon related, we will make that available even after the run, I think, right? Like, don't feel pressured.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Let's see.
This is all just our first attempt.
Hannah says, I help with silly shirts. Awesome. AJ says, I used to do merch for my company a while back. Most cost effective would be to do t-shirts or stickers or on separate sites with good pricing and the rest on general store. So yeah, that's another thing, was like, we might do runs where we like figure out the best pricing and quality for like this one thing, and we'll just do that for a little bit, and then we'll do something else on a different site. We're not really sure what we're going to do yet though. So yeah, feedback is good. Rochelle says, oh my God, she'll be right near me. Come see me in Michigan. Yeah, I guess so. Eric says, need to find you a Canadian spot to present. I want to come to Canada so bad. Like, my favorite people now are like, most of them are in Canada. And yeah, I definitely want to come meet the Canadian brains. Although they are scattered widely across Canada. So it's not like, come to Canada and they can all see you. Yeah, Rebecca said, sorry, it's just so hard not to buy time-limited things. You're totally right. It's a really good call.
But Patreon's not going to have that problem. Like,
yeah.
Worst comes to... I mean, we can always put it up just somewhere.
Angela pointed out the theme of this board meeting. We'll figure it out. Yep, you're not wrong. Usually we know more about, like, what's happening and what we're doing. I am so scared, you guys. Like, I am full-time, and I'm like, this is like a brave new world for me. I'm going to be doing keynote speeches, and we're going to try merch and all this stuff, and I'm still going to be doing the regular videos on top of it, so I'm scared. It's okay. Like, it's just it's next level. Like, this isn't a hobby anymore. This is something that I realize that a lot of people are putting a lot of money investing into me because they believe in me and my ability to do this. So I don't want to let anybody down, is what I'm saying. So yeah, we're figuring it all out.
It's better to get in and start figuring out than never try.
Yeah, true. Let's see. Tatum says, with university things, would the university be helping and sponsoring you? At the very least, they'll cover travel expenses from what I'm seeing, at least for me. And then we'll probably have to pay for Edward's ticket ourselves. They should be paying for lodging, and then usually a small speaker's fee. So it's not a get rich quick scheme, but they make it make sense to do it. At least, like, it won't hurt me financially to go and do that. And I think that it would be really helpful, hopefully, to colleges if I'm able to go and do speaking things.
I also don't have a problem if we do make money doing the speaking thing. Like,
yeah, hopefully eventually. It takes a while to build up your speaker's fees, but after you've been doing keynote speeches for a while, I guess you can start charging more, which would be cool. Yeah. Let's see.
There's ways to keep the whole show stable.
Keep the show stable, and we also are like reaching out. Like Edward found like something that we could submit to get funding for other things. So like if we can possibly eventually fund initiatives in other countries as well, like that would be really cool. There's a lot that we can do if we have the funds to do it, and the support like on the business side of things, which we do now. So yeah, thank you. Who said that? Rebecca said, we believe in you, don't feel rushed. Brett said, find your path by walking on it. It's okay to be afraid, says Katrina, but don't let fear hold you back. Don't fight it. Move forward anyway. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm doing. It's crazy to be vulnerable about this stuff, but yeah, like... How to ADHD bus for touring once the speaking gigs kick off. Oh my god, the brain bus. How amazing would that be? That would be just amazing. Like, yeah, Angela says the keynote would be good exposure on how to ADHD for those not on YouTube. Yeah. Oh yeah, Cody says, I'm loving these quarter quotes. Yeah, Cody is the king of quarter quotes, the quotes that are inspirational, that keep going when you're scared.
Flo.
Yes, no, Sweden is another place that I've been wanting to go.
We want to do a whole Europe thing. We want to do London.
We want to do Amsterdam. VidCon is in Amsterdam this year.
VidCon Europe.
Yeah, VidCon Europe. Oh yeah, and I'm going to be speaking at VidCon in LA next year too, in Anaheim. So yeah, just lots of really scary things that I will be doing, trying to support as many people as possible. And thank you guys for making this journey possible.
Check out what Tatum said.
Is there anything you would like those of us in the universities to mention such opportunities to our connections at school? Oh,
we should probably.
We'll talk to Linnea and see what she says, because possibly, yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, because they're not huge, but there are budgets for those kinds of things. So for the college in Michigan in October, I would be part of a disability awareness day, and I would do the keynote for that, which is just like wild. But apparently, like, social media is really what people who are trying to get keynote speakers in, especially for colleges, are looking for right now. Like, they want something that's going to be really relatable for their students. And so anything that's tied into social media is like extra exciting for them, I guess. So we'll see what happens. All right. So now I want to ask what your goals are for next year. If anybody wants to share that, I'm going to try, and the content that I get out in December is going to try and support that. I'm doing the Writer Carol bullet journal update, and I'm also doing an episode on habits, tips for establishing habits and making them part of your routine and all of that. I have a cool little tool that I'm going to have as part of that episode, just to support anybody if they have like New Year's resolutions, things that they want to accomplish in the new year, that kind of thing. Scott says, get promoted. Izza wants to go to VidCon, which will probably happen. Mm-hmm. AJ starts a new job Monday.
Passport, lady. That's
awesome. Rochelle says, reach out to University of Windsor. I can try to help maybe. Yeah, let me talk to Linnea. I'm not sure the best way to go about that yet. Eric says, I'm considering going back to school. For what? Rochelle says, my goal next year is to meet you. I mean, apparently I'll be all over the country next year. So I have to find a way to be able to keep the channel going while being all over the country. That's going to be interesting. But I will do it. I will find a way. Angela says, where to start? All the goals. Tatum says, our school does a disability awareness week every year. And this year I was part of our keynote panel and mentioned how to ADHD. Thank you. So it definitely sounds like a great idea. It says, Jess, please what? Oh, I want to get promoted too. I'm trying. Yeah. Tatum says, goal, graduate or get close to graduating. Katrina says, graduate high school, then join the AmeriCorps. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric says, finish a degree in comp sci. It is amazing to me how many ADHD brains are really good at computer science, like really good at programming, all the things.
Oh, that's right. We have Dooka as well.
Yeah.
We also have Dooka as well.
The announcement? Cool. Izza says, my goal next year is to meet you too. Andre says, St. Louis, Missouri, November 8th to 11th. Yep, those are the days. Scott's going to come to VidCon. Rebecca says, I want to get better at my med school deadline so I can pass my first year successful and try to claw back achieving my potential. I know how that feels. It's not ADHD. Our brains are just multi-threaded.
Yeah.
Plus one, that's me with computer science. Izza says, I want to actually pass classes. Lisa wants to learn about computers, code, learn Spanish, and declutter. Cody, 2018 goal is to be able to gain enough social media influence to pay it forward to those who don't have that skill but deserve recognition. Yeah, Cody is insanely good at Twitter and has a Twitch stream as well. And he's gotten his wife into it now, too. So she has her own Twitch now, too. Tatum said, my husband Hart mentioned facetiously about the computer science thing. Y'all be a bunch of weirdos with your brains.
What? What do you mean?
Silly man. Rochelle Leducky says, I want to be a nurse. These are all amazing goals, you guys. I assume, Tatum, he meant it affectionately. Oh, Brett Thornhill said ADHD equals amplified dedication to a higher dimension. I want to find a way to deliver that message to more people. What does it mean, Brett? Izza says, oh yeah, channel goals for me to expand social media reach, but like I got to figure out how to do that. We'll talk, and Linnea will help with that. Rebecca says, at least Elisa, it would be so cool if you could find someone in our comp sci ADHDers who you could learn to code from. Yeah. And here, if you guys haven't seen this yet, this is can you post the link to my YouTuber friend that we hung out with the other day?
Which one?
Which one? Who did we hang out with?
Oh, Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm doing something, but then I will. Yes.
So there's somebody that I went to YouTube Next Up with. We started on YouTube at the same time. His name is Siraj, and he's also like kind of wacky and educational. And he teaches programming like Python, I think. And then his focus is on AI. If you guys are interested in that, his channel is an amazing resource. So we'll link to that.
Half a second. I got to fix one last thing.
Oh, and AJ says, Rebecca, ping me. I can point you towards some good resources. Flo says, some goals: better health mentally and physically, finish school, compete once with my horse. Aw. My goal is going in the direction of these goals, if that makes sense. Yeah. Edward has something where he's like, start stopping or start starting, right? Like where sometimes you need that transition period where you're like, I'm not quite ready to do this yet, but I'm getting there. And that's like the beginning of the journey. Tatum says, I love Siraj's videos. Yeah, we went bowling the other night. It was really cool.
Do we where's the video that we shot of all of us?
I reposted it on Twitter.
Okay, I'll find it.
Okay.
Okay, here's the link.
Oh, Brett is explaining. We tend to intensely focus on higher order priorities, often ignoring day-to-day happenings. It's a strength-based premise. Ah, true. Cody says Hannah is writing her goal novel to post. Ducky says my goal is to somewhat function like a human being. Ah. You do. You're actually you're more functional than most 21-year-olds I've ever met, and myself included. Oh yeah, there's the link for Siraj. Okay, if you want to learn Python, Google PyNet. Kirk Byers, he does a free course. He had a couple of people take it. Oh, that's cool. He has a new course starting very soon. Free courses are good. But yeah, this is a good community. There are so many people that are into programming and at all different levels. Like this is a good community to learn from. Oh, Edward linked to the video there.
Do you want to announce the
Yep. Oh, okay, so Cody said about Hannah. She just made a Twitch affiliate for her creative art Twitch channel, and she did an emotional support doggo Luffs from our Fluff stream. Oh, I love it. Oh yeah, Rebecca says, I love how supportive this community is for literally anything, from ADHD tips to goals to anything. Yeah, right? Like, it's just nice to know you've got support. Brett says, I'd love to tackle a book, but I'm not sure that's a next year priority, maybe more of a bucket list item. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. If you guys didn't see that episode, like, I really recommend doing a reverse bucket list, like, preferably before the new year starts, because it's good to, when you're, like, in the new year and like trying to accomplish new big things and struggling and failing, like it's good to, I mean, not that you necessarily will, but like I do quite a bit. it's good to have a list to look back on of like all the awesome stuff you've already accomplished to remind you like, no, you got this. Like it's a learning process sometimes, but yeah, you've already done a lot of awesome. Okay, there we go. Hannah says, Izza says, I also want to meet other community management people and see what they do. Yeah, you should be able to make those connections at VidCon. AJ says, also Team Treehouse, Code Academy, and Code School. Wow, thank you for the resources. Hannah says, my goal is to continue with my art, learn Spanish, and be able to clean my house so that I can live in my home without it causing stressors, causing my panic disorder taking over. Yeah, I need to do another video on that now that I have time to clean my house again. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to do one last announcement, which is, oh, yay. Brett says, I've been searching a good name for that practice for ages. Reverse bucket list. Yeah. Yay. I'm glad. Okay. So, last announcement, and then I will let you all go. I know this is draining, especially for people who haven't been here before. It's probably overwhelming at first, so I apologize. Oh, yeah, the Tada list. I love that, too. Okay. Sorry, I keep getting off track. Do you want to show it, or do I want to show it? Just go ahead and start talking. All right, so I found out after Izza had been helping us for quite a while on the channel that a lot of work and a lot of support that she got in doing what she does for the channel comes from her friend Dooka, who is a heart. She doesn't have ADHD. She is supportive of Izza and helps out with the channel quite a bit. So Izza has had a fairy icon for a long time. Like anytime we mention her on the channel. Do you have hers?
Yes. Let's not show it right now.
Okay.
Actually, wait, hold on. I can, but it's just, I need a minute.
Okay. Take a second. It's something I drew by hand, and Edward scanned in and colored, and it represented Izza because she was careful about her online presence and didn't want anybody seeing her face. So this is what we use to represent her when we talk about her instead of a picture. Okay. And she's been asking for a long time. We finally made one for Dooka as well. So.
Oh, golly, hold on.
Sorry, did I mess it up?
I was totally prepping for one thing and now I'm back to.
Do you want me to? We can show it.
Just wait on. Okay. Hold on. I'll just fix right now. Sorry. I was prepping to show just Izza, and then right as I was ready, you moved on to the other thing, and I'm like, no! So
Flo says, no, don't say clean house. I have to clean my whole apartment before Monday.
Okay,
if you have to clean, like, I will try and link to the video where, when my house was like a disaster, which actually it's pretty much in that state right now too, again, because I've been so busy. But I had a friend come over who had ADHD, and we came up with a system for cleaning it, and it worked really well. I haven't done it here at the new place yet, so I don't have my list, but I'll link to that video because it's actually really helpful if you have a lot of overwhelming stuff cluttered and you want to try and clean your whole house. Like, it was a really good system. So
ready when you are.
All right, let's see.
I can do the other thing.
Katrina's like, oh no, the water bottle again. Yeah, I gotta get a different water bottle. It doesn't make such noise. Sorry. All right, go for it.
Okay, here we are.
All right, so this is Izza's icon. Oh yeah, it's in the chat as well. Like, she's like, just hit my icon. Okay. Oh, so there's Izza's and this is Dooka's. So official announcement of, we now have a Dooka Heart icon as well. So now when we mention the community managers, we will be able to show both of them. Edward did a really good job. I didn't have to redraw that one. He actually just did some Photoshop magic and made it a different icon for her.
That is what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay.
That's all I've got. If you guys have anything else, like, hit me up. Brett, I know that you said you had a lot going on. If you want to update us on any of that, feel free. And if you guys need any support with anything in particular too, and you want anybody to like jump over and help you in the brain board, let us know.
And if you want to retire this chat to the brain board.
Yeah, if anybody wants to keep talking after this, like, we can head over to the brain board too, so that it's not as overwhelming for everybody.
So AJ asked about the Patreon.
Yeah, the Patreon payment drama. I lost some sleep over that, but other than that, like, we actually weren't hit too hard. We did lose a lot of low level patrons, but we had a couple of people double their donations and like at the $25 level, and that helped us get through it. And we actually got some back after Patreon reversed their decision, so that was really cool. It was terrifying because I was like, right on the day when I left work was the day that people were going to get this email about like Patreon's changing everything, and I was like, oh God, what have I done? Like, I am not even making the amount of money we need to survive yet, like after taxes and Edward and I like making a living and then the show expenses, like we were not making enough, but we got that extra donation from that donor and we took a leap of faith, and Patreon was like laughing at us on the way down the cliff is what I thought was happening. It was really scary, but no, it actually ended up being fine. So thank you guys for sticking around through that. Yeah, Scott says a bunch of people wanted an excuse to stop donating to. I'm sure that happened, but I don't think that it happened in our community just because so many people were just at that dollar level that stopped donating. So yeah, it was terrified. All right, so I guess that is, yeah, it didn't happen here. Oh yeah, other places lost a lot of support. So hopefully they get it back. But yeah, Patreon, I think, learned their lesson. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, like I did a video on the channel that you can watch and I explain it. Yeah, it really affected the low level donations to a ridiculous degree. So I understand why people dropped out. Tatum says, husband and I use my Patreon donations as my ADHD coaching money. That's awesome. All right, I'm going to wrap it up, you guys. Thank you so much for coming and joining and hanging out. I'll try to be a little more organized next time. I think I'm very overwhelmed right now and very like just excited and scared and like not in my normal flow yet. So, yep. So I'm going to wrap it up. Edward's being very reassuring off camera. What? Yep. So I will see you guys in the new year. Happy holidays to everybody. And I will see you on the daily vlog and then again at the live stream in January. So thank you guys. Bye, Brains.